everyone, in this video I'm going to be giving you a full walkthrough of Starpop, going through all the features, giving some tips and tricks along the way, advice on what models to use in what scenarios, and yeah. Okay, so when you enter into the application, the first thing you'll notice is that in the top left you have a folder section. So this allows you to organize different projects, different videos that you're working on, or even different people all in one account. So for example, I had my brother Jasper having access to my own account, and so he was able to organize everything in one specific folder. When you are in one folder, everything you generate will be put into that folder automatically, so you can keep things nice and organized. Okay, next you have the tutorials. So the tutorials page is being constantly updated because we're always filming new tutorials. So that's where you would see all new tutorials. Then the assets page is where you will see all of the assets you generate, again, in that folder. So that includes your videos, your images, your audio, and obviously any asset that you favorite. All right, so next up, we have the video analyzer feature. And so this is a super cool feature because essentially it allows you to give a Instagram URL or a TikTok URL or even any video that you have. So here I had downloaded a video of Trump dancing and analyze it. And when you analyze it, if it's a TikTok or Instagram URL, it'll give you performance insights. If there's a script, it'll give you the full transcript with or without the timestamps, which is very useful. And then most importantly, at the bottom, you will get a prompt extraction. So if you're trying to clone a video from TikTok or Instagram, you'll immediately have a prompt for the different segments of the video, which is a good first step to then clone the video if you're using VO3 or generating an image that is similar. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so another really important thing to note about the video analyzer and also any type of video that you import into Starpop is that you can add it to assets, and then I'll show you what you can do with it. You can extract frames all within the application in a super easy way. This is one of my personal favorite features, which I use absolutely every day. So here you can see I just added to my assets from the video analyzer page. So if it was an Instagram or TikTok, you could immediately just have it in your assets. And then here, I have to move myself, inside of the video card, you can see the extract frames button. And when you click on it, you will immediately have access to every single frame of the video. And at any point, you can capture this frame. And you can capture another frame if you'd like, etc. You can capture as many frames as you'd like, obviously first frame, last frame, or any frame in the middle, which is very useful for image editing. A small note is also that this feature allows you to immediately download the audio or just download the video without any watermarks from TikTok or Instagram, which is a small thing, but otherwise you'd have to go on a third-party website and it's annoying. All right, so after the video analyzer page, you have in the video section the video templates. And within the video templates, you have a bunch of Sora 2 templates, which are mainly prompts or prompt builders. And these were made a while ago, so they're a bit outdated, but we are adding more templates. And these motion templates or Sora 2 remix templates are still very much up to date in the sense that this reaction hook, for example, if you wanted to use this, you could very easily just click use. And then here you would see that the character image would load. And here you could edit it, give your own AI actor. So if I wanted to choose this Asian lady, then say, swap the character in image 1 with the character in image 2, it would swap this lady with the Asian woman, and then you could create a motion swap and have this reaction hook. This was the original video, and this was the input in terms of the image, which then allowed us to get this video template. Same thing for this reaction template here. And then these two reaction templates are remix templates. Or what Sora 2 remix templates are is that if you click use template, it will use that Sora video as a base. So if you were to say, replace this guy with a girl with pink hair, for example, Sora 2 would keep the overall format and just framing of the video exactly the same, but it would change the guy to a girl. The downside of this is that you have very little control, almost like everything about Sora 2. It's a great director, I like to call it. So it's able to improvise amazingly well, but it is terrible in terms of control. So I do not recommend using Sora 2 if you need something very specific. I would usually use Nano Banana Pro for that, and then a video animator, or like an image animator, or a video model that you have high control over, meaning that you can give it a first and a last frame. So that's VO 3.1 or Kling. As we will see right now, since we're already in the Create Video page, where in the Create Video page, you have access to all of the different video models. So we already have inside of Starpop all of the video models you need. Anything other than this is probably a distraction, because we have Sora 2, Sora 2 Pro, VO 3.1 Fast, Kling 2.6 Pro, which I'll explain the difference between VO 3.1 and Kling 2.6 Pro, Fabric 1.0, which is a lip syncing model, actually the best lip syncing model on the market, better than HeyGen if you've heard of it. It is better. It's very much underrated, but it gives the best results. Sync Lip Sync Pro, which is a lip syncing model that is applied to a video. So that has some very specific use cases, which I won't cover here. I'll cover them in a future video. But essentially, if you have a video, you already have a video, and you just want to apply lip syncing to that video, you can do that with this lip sync model. And then you have motion control, which essentially allows you to upload a motion reference video and an image, and then the motion from the video will be applied to the image. It's one of the coolest models that has come out. It came out a few weeks ago, a month ago now, and it's changed a lot of industries, because now you can really just clone videos really, really well. So that's how you've seen videos of Trump dancing. It's motion control. Or the babies dancing, if you've seen that one. Okay, yeah, then on the right you have your lists of, which is cool. And here in the buttons, you can immediately access extract frames from here as well, which is great. I often do this, where you can just, if you generate a video and you want to extract a specific frame from that video, you can do that. And then another thing that's worth noting is that you can select multiple videos here and change the voice of multiple videos in one click. So here I've selected these 3 videos. These 2 don't have a character speaking, but if they did, I could click change voice, and then it would bring me to the change voice page, which is right here. And in the change voice page, it allows you to change the voice of a base video to either an ElevenLabs voice, so a pre-made ElevenLabs voice. We have a few of the best voices from ElevenLabs, so Adam, very famous voice.
Hello from Starpop. This is a preview of this voice.
I think we've all heard Adam before. This guy I like, he's quite cool.
Hello from Starpop. This is a preview of this voice.
That's a pretty good voice. But anyways, so the point is that you could, in one click, change the voices of all of these videos. So if you were generating multiple VO 3.1 videos or multiple Fabric 1.0 lip sync videos, you could select them in bulk, click change voice, and immediately change them all to the same voice. And this is a pretty cool feature when you've done it the other way, which is like changing the voice of one video at a time, which is very annoying. If you want to add more videos, you can also click here and add more videos to the selection, which is also very cool. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, you can, inside of the change voice page, you can also choose an audio file if that was what you wanted to change the voice from, of. But anyways, let's just choose this video of the Asian woman. So yeah, on the right you have use AI voice, so these are pre-made voices, and then on the left you can clone a voice from a video. So this is really useful and something that is done a lot to get very unique voices, because yeah, voice cloning is really good. Just like you can use Sora 2 or VO3 to generate an authentic new original voice that matches your character in the setting, because VO 3.1 or Sora 2 will improvise that very well. If it's audio from a car, they'll improvise the audio and how it resonates through the car very well, and then you can clone that, and then you can make it a longer script. So that's very useful. I'd recommend more people do voice cloning. But yeah, so that's the change voice page. All right, so right above the change voice page, you have the trim video page. And the trim video page is pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to trim videos. Quite useful if you know, you've ever been in the scenario where you just need to cut a bit of the front or a bit of the end. Very useful. So you, again, from the create video page, you can immediately trim a video that you just generated by clicking the 3 dots and clicking trim. And immediately you can trim a video and export it. we've now covered all of the pages inside of the video section. Let's now go on to images. So inside of the images section, we have the image templates page. And inside of the image templates page, we have these different categories of templates. My favorite being the static ads page, where if you have any type of product, or I think even service really, you can use this library of templates, which are all taken from high converting static ads on Meta to create these templates. And if you actually try to use one of these templates, it will load you inside of the create image page, where here you will have a prompt. So create a static ad for my brand, enter the brand name, and product, enter your product name if it is a product, otherwise just remove it. That does XYZ. So the reason why you want to say what your product does, or just maybe one or two of your unique selling points, is because Nano Banana Pro can actually reason. So here, for example, this AG1 product, it has important copy. So here, AG1 with more than 70 ingredients. Here, well, this isn't the best example. The 70 ingredients is, but here, this one, for example, this is a good example. So here, stress relief, energy boost, hormone balance, mood boost. So see, here the selling points are clearly stated, and if you are able to just even tell the model what your product is about, like if you just tell it it's a creatine product, it'll be able to do that a lot better, or improvise a lot better. So here, for example, I would upload this product, which is a client's product, and this is the level of static ads you're able to get out of it I used this template here. So you can see these static ads are absolutely amazing. They look great. And you can see also that the selling points have updated. So higher concentration, cellular energy, superior absorption, healthy aging, which are all selling points of the NAD plus supplement. So yeah, really useful there. Image templates for static ads. We also have templates for TED Talks, which is just a trend. Podcasts as well. We also have the podcast builder. So here, podcast set creation. It simplifies generating a unique podcast for your product. This is quite useful. This is quite a useful template. Very simple though. But it just allows you to quickly create a few images of someone holding your product. The reason this is useful is because when you're generating images of anyone holding your product or your product in any scene, if you just give a image of your product on a white background, the image model will have no idea what sizing your product is. It'll have a rough idea, but it won't know for sure. If you generate an image of your product in someone's hand, there won't be any more guessing. Okay, next we have some lifestyle templates. Not sure how useful this will be for you, but they're there. And then character templates. So here you have a bunch of different characters. Can be a good starting point. Okay. Next, the create image page. So inside of the create image page, you will have the image generation form on the left, where you can choose your model. So we have Nano Banana Pro, GPT Image 1.5, and Seedream 4.5. These are the three only models that are actually decent, or good, let's say. We're way past decent here. Nano Banana Pro is amazing. But so they all perform really well. Nano Banana Pro, however, is by far the best in terms of control and reliability. Seedream 4.5 has one unique selling point, which is that it's completely uncensored. So you can generate anything inside of it. Nudity, violence, I'm pretty sure. There's no restrictions. Nano Banana has very few restrictions as well. I'm pretty sure you can generate anything violent you want, but Seedream is like completely uncensored. So do that what you will. Anyways, then you have your prompt, and then for resolution, each model has different parameters, but it's usually always the same. And the advantage is that you can generate up to 10 images at a time, so that's really cool. Yes, so next, something that I use a lot is the variation mode in images. So image generation is really, really powerful, very, very stable. Nano Banana Pro, as I said, is really good. So I usually spend most of my time generating images. And the variation mode allows you to generate a bunch of images at once. The way it does that is by essentially having base images. So could be your product. Well, yeah, your product here. Let's take the example of static ads. So we have our templates of static ads here, right? We have a bunch of templates. Let's just say I wanted to generate templates for all of these. So as you can see, I just selected them, and then here I can click add 6 images. Yep. And as you can see here in the variation images, we now have these 6 images. And so the way it's going to work is that the base image will always be included, but the variation image will be included one at a time. So here, for example, once I add a prompt, like use my product for the static ad, this is not a good prompt. Here you can see this is the prompt I had used. And again, this is the prompt that the template gives you. So here, if I were to use this, right, create a static ad for my brand CP1, blah, 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 it would create one ad for each of these variation images. So we have 6 and one prompt. That's 6 images that it would generate in one click. As you can see, total generations 6. 6 images, one prompt, 6. Here, if I just click image per variation and click 2, that's 12 immediately. So I'm going to get 2 variations per image. This is a bit complicated at this point, but it's not that complicated. If you play with it a bit, you'll understand immediately. And if you're generating a bunch of like reviews or product photo shoots and you have a large catalog, this can be super, super useful. You can also create variations based on prompt variables, and this is pushing it a bit in terms of complexity, but so let's just say I wanted to put my product in different environments, right? I wanted a photo shoot in different environments, I'd say. Put this product, or give me a photo shoot of this product in environment X, right? And then I would make a variable of this, and then I'd say a kitchen, a pool, a bench, etc., etc. So maybe not the best example, but if you have a product catalog, for example, if you have a clothing brand and you have different hues for your product, you can use that to like switch the hues. There's a lot of applications for it. You just need to, fiddle around and and use it for your own product or use case. All right, the last thing I'll say inside of the create image page is that on the right you have all of your generations, and as you can see, I usually generate multiple images per variation. So here, for example, when you generate multiple, they'll all be put in some sort of like mini folder, and when you click on it, you'll have the prompt that was used at the top, and then you'll have the different images. And whenever you're navigating through your generated images, if you want to add one to the form, a quick and easy way to do that is to click the plus button. If you want to delete one, you can just delete it here, or if you want to favorite one, you can favorite it here. Last thing I'll say is that you can request tutorials, video templates, and image templates by just going to either the tutorials page and requesting a tutorial here, or going to the video templates and requesting a template, or the create image page, or sorry, image templates page and requesting an image template. Let us know, and again, join the Discord where we'll just have everyone and share the information in the fastest way possible.